What's up, guys, and welcome to the second video in our video series on the 10 videos we need to have on our YouTube channel in order to scale growth and ultimately drive an endless stream of inbound leads into our agency. Today, we're going to talk about our About Our Agency video. Now, this is different from the channel trailer. The channel trailer is a very specific purpose. It sits on your home. It sits on the channel homepage for your YouTube channel. It's short, punchy. It's meant to, quick cuts. It's meant to draw people deeper into your channel or get them immediately go and contact you about a quote or inquiry, whatever your call to action is. The About Our Agency video can be longer and it serves a different purpose. It serves more to educate the prospect or even a new client on who you are, agency culture, your people, etc. So most people they'll do an About Our Agency video and confuse it with the channel trailer or make that their channel trailer. I have tried this. It doesn't work, right? So we talked about in the last video, you can go back, check that out, that what makes a great channel trailer. And the answer is not an About Our Agency video. It's a completely different thing. This About Our Agency video may also be used, and I think is a wonderful use of the About Our Agency video as, say, when maybe a new prospect contacts you, right? You send them an email that says, hey, we got your inquiry. We'll be in contact with you as soon as possible. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more about us, if you haven't already seen this video, here is an About Our Agency video that explains who we are. And then they can click to watch that, or you can even resend that video again when they become clients. Thank you so much. Here's a little bit more about our agency if you'd like to learn. So this is something you could send out in like an email automation or a text automation, etc. You would not send your channel trailer out to clients. Your channel trailer is specific to YouTube. Your About Our Agency video is something you can use in a broader marketing context. Okay, so what makes it a good About Our Agency video? 5 things, really. We want to have a unique value proposition. So who do you market to? What makes you different? What's your thing? Is it local? Is it expertise? Is it a niche? Is it technology? Is it ease of business? Is it whatever your thing is, right? If you're a workers' comp agency, do you focus specifically on mods? If you're a trucking agency, do you have some unique safety program or physical fitness program that helps you write more truckers or whatever, right? What is the unique value proposition about your agency? And you can spend a minute, like honestly, this should be a 3 to 4 minute video, and you could spend about a minute or so on each one of these things. So we want to quickly introduce ourselves in the About Agency video, and we're going to talk a little bit about this when we get to some examples. We still need to hit them quick, right? A lot of times, and when I was reviewing About Our Agency videos and trying to find some good examples, I think in just about every case, they started way too slow. We want to grab them right away, right? So that might be something like popping onto the screen and immediately thanking them, or saying, you're about to learn about an agency that you didn't know existed but need to know, or something. You come up with some hook. You can put in a ChatGPT and find hooks, or put in something about your agency and see if ChatGPT can help you come up with a really interesting or engaging hook. But you want to grab them right away. And in the examples, and particularly the one that I'll show you about Rogue Risk, that was my biggest complaint about myself when I was creating that video, is we just get into them too slowly. We still want to punch them. We still want to grab them, or they're not going to get to the meat and potatoes. But we can spend a little more time in this video. We're really trying to educate people on who we are. So what's your unique value proposition? What makes you different? Client testimonials, success stories. So you can slide in some Google reviews while you're talking over the top of them. Or if you have a client, now I would never recommend using a client specifically by name, but you could say, talk to a client that you did a tremendous job for. Again, let's say you're a workers' comp agency and you focus on experience mods. You could ask one of your clients, hey, I want to anonymize your name, but I'd love to use what we did for you as a case study. Are you cool with that? Right? I mean, you don't really need their permission, but it's good to know in case they ever see it. They might feel weird. And then you could say, and again, 30, 45 seconds, etc. Here's our value proposition, and here's how that actually plays out. We had a pallet manufacturer, and they were paying X, and we came in and we added the safety program and nurse triage and helped them focus on their mod, etc. And over the course of 2 years, we saved them $100,000 a year in workers' comp or whatever, right? Bam, bam, bam. You don't need to give them all the details, but you just told them what made them different. Now show them that that's what makes you different through client testimonials. Then you can pull in agency culture and team. We're a community oriented, or we work nationwide, but we work specifically with the pallet manufacturing community. We're at all the association events. It's possible you even saw one of our pop-ups when you were walking through your last association event. It's incredibly important to us to support this community, blah, blah, blah. And here's how our team does it. Again, pictures, if you volunteer, like anything that can add dynamism to the video and cut it up in a way that captures people. Again, when you watch, one of the examples in the Notion page for this video is going to be the rogue risk video. I did not do that. Huge fail. Huge fail. So I tried some aspects of that video I really like, and how I explained why about rogue, and we'll get to that in a second. But there are a lot in there that I just didn't do right. But we live and learn, and that's why I'm teaching you, is because I did it wrong the first time. So community involvement, social responsibility, those kind of things. Again, those kind of speak to agency culture. And community involvement doesn't have to be local community. It can be whatever communities you're part of. It could be maybe you're part of the Little League. And youth sports is really important to you. Maybe it's homeless people. Maybe it's whatever your involvement in the community is, be it national, local, regional, etc. Be it a specific group, whatever is important to you and people are going to relate to. Now, there are some agencies that think that, well, if I tell people that I support this particular charity or this particular group, etc., then other people may not like it. Well, there's a couple things there. They're eventually going to find out who you are. And if they don't like that, then don't you kind of want them to know that up front? One. Two, I don't know that, like, if you give to a charity and I'm not necessarily a huge fan of that charity, or just don't have a connection to that charity, that I'm going to not work with you because of that, right? It shows you're a kind person and you're giving, and whether we agree on the charity or the group or whatever of choice, I think if ever all other values align, I don't think that's a particularly big issue. But ultimately, for retention purposes, we want people who believe what we believe. So this is a great place to capture those people and really allow people who may be pains in the butt because they simply don't believe what you believe. It allows them to filter themselves out if you do this right. And then at the end of every About Our Agency video, we want to add a call to action, how they get a hold of you, what they do next, whether it's watch another video or fill out a contact form, or you're sending this to prospects, whatever. I think at the end of this video, it's perfectly fine to say, if you're one of our clients and you're watching this video, thank you so much for being a part of our agency and a part of our community and agency family. And if you're not, and this is the kind of relationship you'd like to have with your insurance professional, here's how you get a hold of us. That's a great way to end an About Our Agency video. Again, 3 to 4 minutes long, a little more detail, capturing these things. So let's talk about some specific examples. I picked 2 examples that weren't me. This is Sean Fitzgerald from LAF Advisors. Sean is a tremendous agent, growing his agency. And the link to this video is going to be in the Notion page, so you can go and watch it. When you watch it, I think what you're going to see is a couple things. Sean and ultimately David Carruthers, who's over here, I think, positive, crisp, clean. It's nice and short. It does describe what they do. I think visually it could just be framed a little better. I think that there could be some background music to the video. I think it could be just punched up a little bit more. But in general, I think Sean does a very good job of explaining who his agency is, what they do, who they help, etc. I think just visually, the framing of the video is important. Again, this is going to be a video you want to send out to a lot of people. This is obviously welcome to our channel, but really it is an about video. So, there's some disconnect there. But ultimately, I think really in Sean's case, I think it's more just a little bit more punch, a little better framing, and maybe some music and dynamism. But otherwise, it's a very good job and a good template for your agency. David Carruthers, if you watch this video, this is the original video trailer but it's really an About Us video. Again, oftentimes we confuse these things as agencies. We're putting About Us videos as trailers, etc. This is a David Carruthers style video in exactly what you would expect. Good visuals, great messaging. Literally my things for this are, one, it comes in a little slow. Again, and I'm going to critique the hell out of my Rogue Risk video as well. So trust me, I love David. This is not a knock on him. I think it comes in a little slow. And it needs a voiceover. So if everything that was on screen had a voiceover, was a little punched up and hit a little harder at the beginning, this is a tremendous About Us video. Like, It captures us visually. It's got quotes. It's got slide-ins. It's got different things coming into it. I really, this really lets me as a potential consumer, a prospect, a potential client of this agency know, like, geez, these guys take their business seriously. I love their thought process. They're very professional. It's a really great video. I think it just needs to be pulled forward and punched up a little bit, and a voiceover, because I have to read everything. And while that's fine, if I'm slightly distracted, it's easy to turn away from because there's no audio attached to it in that capacity. But otherwise, if you're gonna go, these give you two ideas. So Sean's is more talking head, David's is more kind of produced. Two great examples. I think there's small things that could be done, but ultimately both are well done. Finally, coming to Rogue Risk, you can see I made this mistake for a long time of having the why we named our agency Rogue Risk, which is really our About Us video, as our channel trailer. It should not have been our channel trailer, although I do have a link to the contact form right here. It's a good video in certain aspects, right? It calls out the name Rogue. Rogue is different. Not a lot of insurance agencies are named Rogue. That's why I named it Rogue Risk to begin with. Actually, the reason I named it Rogue Risk is because it's a 2-letter alliteration. The URL was available. It's very easy to remember. It's one of the best insurance brands that's ever been created in the history of the industry. I have no problem saying that, because not just because it's mine, but because it is. That being said, this video is way too slow. So when you see the link to this video, it's like painful to me how long I take to get into the meat and potatoes of this. I could cut 40% of this video out and it would be 1,000 times more powerful. But I think what you can take from this video, and what I'd like you to pull out of it, and what I was trying to do, was clearly define how our name attached to a certain type of individual, to a certain type of business owner, that we wanted people who thought differently, because the market of people who think the same about insurance is probably the people that are already working with you. I knew that to build a brand rapidly in this space, I had to clearly define what made us different, why our name was so different, and why certain people should attach to that and contact us. It's just too drawn out. It just takes way, way too long to get to that part. So I think in general, the idea here is this is a longer video, 2, 3, 4 minutes long. We want to hit on the key points that I talked about earlier in this video, but it's still's got to be snappy. We still got to draw them in. We still got to pull them into the content fast, or they'll click out. And then we always want to make sure we have a clear call to action in the end. And your About Our Agency video is not your channel trailer. These are two different things. This video can and should be used in other marketing capacities for your agency. Your channel trailer is just about engaging people who come to your YouTube channel. Those are the clear differences. Guys, thank you. I hope you found this valuable. This is the second, of the 10 videos. It's the fourth video in the series here in the free YouTube course. I hope that you're getting value from the course so far. Questions, comments, etc. You can hit me up on the socials, or just Ryan at findingpeak.com. Appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on the next video.